Okay, greetings of peace, love, and light, and welcome to Divine Sun Rays, where we inspire you to discover your multidimensional self. I'm your host, Robin Ringgold, and today we have a very special guest, our channel, Kristin Davies. And Kristin is joining us today so that we can talk about the return of Christ consciousness by the year 2021. Wow, awesome topic. So sorry.
Yeah, we have 3 years. Yeah, it's exciting. It's so exciting.
Yes, let me just give you a little background about Kristin for those of you that don't know her. She is a native of Canada, and in her mid-20s, she had health issues that led her to an encounter with her guardian angel. And then this led her to find out more information about angels. And then in turn, that led to her path of spirituality and channeling. Kristin's sole goal and focus is to be a support for others, since she did not have this type of support system when she was awakening. Kristin and Randy Brumley started their Facebook group, Intuitive Angel Messages, where they provide channelings, messages, private one-on-one sessions, and other inspirational material. And Kristin also has her own YouTube channel called under Kristin Davies, Kristin with the I. Okay, so let's get started today. I've been really excited, Kristin.
Super exciting. What I noticed was like all of the energy around me was excited, and there are many focused in on this time and this interview and this discussion, this topic. And it was interesting because when we decided what we were going to discuss last, that was when Jesus stepped forward and said, let's discuss Christ consciousness returning fully here by 2021. And I know I've said in other video content in the past that, you know, Jesus Christ consciousness has started returning as of the middle of 2017. I remember last summer, it was very apparent to me. Obviously, maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive to that, but I noticed his energy was really beginning to build and envelop and communicate with me a lot more. And it's just very exciting, very exciting.
Yes. So, you know, we've been hearing about this return of Christ consciousness for some time now, but it's not just about the person that we know as Jesus or Yeshua. It's not just about his person returning, right? Let's just talk about what is Christ consciousness.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tune in with Jesus, who is, or Jesus' soul is here with me. And so I know that he wanted this to be a lot of what he would like to say on this topic. I have, you know, my terms, my verbal. He's saying, go ahead with your description. And then, so my description is Christ consciousness is the energy, energy of Christ returning to the globe in order to help a lot of the light workers here who are also anchoring a lot more light and helping to raise vibrational frequency here upon the earth plane. And so with Christ consciousness returning, along with a lot of the light workers and individuals on the planet ascending, including the earth itself,
yes.
This is a support to that. So Christ is coming to help and support us all. And this is already started, you know, since the middle of 2017. Now I'm going to listen into what Jesus' soul would like to say on this topic. Okay, he's just thanking for this opportunity to be able to communicate through me to discuss this topic through this interview. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Christ consciousness is my energy. You could see it as my soul, my higher self, my consciousness, returning to envelop the earth in order to help assist in the ascension process and the anchoring of the light within the earth itself and also within the inhabitants upon the earth plane. Okay.
Awesome. So what does a person need to do in order to experience the Christ consciousness returning or to prepare for this return? What do we need to do as individuals?
He really likes that question. So I'm just going to turn it over to him. He's saying just be allowing, be in a place of allowing. If you so choose, if you wish, just be allowing of my energy, my light, to anchor within your light body. As I envelop the earth, I will build my energy more and more so as each month passes, as each year passes. If time was linear, I will fully be here as of 2021. What can one do? Be in a place of allowing. You can speak with me inside your mind or out loud, or you can write down on a piece of paper that you are requesting my energy, my light, my consciousness, or if you would like my help, my guidance, my assistance, I am here. I am omnipresent, which means that I am able to be with each of you all at the same time. He likes my quotations because really in truth there is this present moment, and that is that. So we always have our thoughts in the past, or we're always like, worried or thinking about the future. But if we could just slow our minds down, keep in the present moment, this is where we are.
Awesome. So, oh, I'm sorry. You finished?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm good.
So could we talk about kind of this ascension process? Because I understand the allowing, but I think that there's something that's going on inside of our bodies as we are holding more light inside of us, that our bodies are physically changing to what some will call a crystalline structure. Could you talk a little bit about what's actually happening inside of our bodies?
Yes. I remember channeling through readings last summer, and every channeling that I did, all the angels were so excited, and just like everyone's watching the earth. Everyone is so excited for this time of like angels, Jesus consciousness, Christ consciousness, however you'd like to word that. Everyone and is so excited. So basically what this is a time in which God, source, light, and love, prime source, creator, we could just say love, is anchoring its light within our bodies, our energy bodies. Within this body, we are a being of light, love, and a human experience. And so you may have many different symptoms, many that are, coming in with more regularity over months to come. And as things move forward into 2018, this is going to pick up. People are noticing all sorts of ascension symptoms. Also, the opening of chakras are happening, expanding and opening of chakras so that more light can come into the light body. And so Christ consciousness returning in conjunction with each of us and the earth itself ascending is coinciding at this time. For this time is so exciting that I hear from the angels so often. This time is a real blessing. So, you may look at, there's going to be a lot of individuals on the earth plane that aren't aware aware that this is even transpiring or occurring, you may see some chaos unfolding, but just remember that this is a really blessed time. I feel like I am finally, I feel like I'm finally on the path in which my soul knew I was going to be on ever since I was born. If that makes sense to you. Like,
Yes.
my soul has been waiting for this moment my entire life. And, when I see all the angels super excited, that makes me really excited.
So the ascension symptoms that people are having, is this because our light bodies are being activated?
That's right. Activated and added to, expanded. Just seeing if Jesus would like to add to that. He's adding, the creation of your crystalline bodies, the expansion of your own light bodies, and the building upon your DNA structure within your body. Your DNA chain is going to expand and be light filled. He's explaining that every cell, every inch, every part of you will be permeated with light and love. God, source, prime source, creator, universal oneness. These are all labels to describe the light that is coming forth upon the earth plane, and which is anchoring within each being of light and love here, experiencing this human experience. Okay.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about how does eating like high vibrational food and taking in more direct sunlight and being out in nature, how does that help this process of us transforming into this light body and activating all 12 strands of our DNA?
When you are putting high vibrational foods into your body, you're also, you're putting that high vibrational energy into your body. You are just helping your body adjust to what is already coming in and adding to your light body. Like sitting, enjoying the sun rays. Also resting, relaxing, as if you need to rest and relax, go and do that. This is a huge shift and transition within your body, and your body is keeping up, with the light body expanding within it. Also, the benefits of eating these types of foods and removing all low vibrational substances and toxins from your body is monumental. It's just going to help your body keep up with your light body's ascension. And also, going for walks out in nature. And, a lot of people come to me and say, I feel this need to hug a tree. And I say, well, go and hug the tree then. Yeah, like if people, I've seen people hugging trees, and I think good for them, they're grounding. So if you need to lay down on the earth or go down by the water or have a sea salt bath or whatever you feel you need to do to ground, you could put rose quartz on your lap to help anchor your root chakra to the earth. Whatever is needed. If you are having ascension symptoms, and maybe you've been to the doctor a few times and there's no answers, then the likelihood is that these are ascension symptoms. Eating a lot of rooted vegetables also helps you ground, and that will help with the ascension symptoms. It's so important right now as we move through into 2018 to take very good care of this vessel. And if there was ever a moment in time where I would, and the energies have often suggested, is do not consume toxins, substances, low vibrational foods, low vibrational products.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk about why the year 2021. What does that
Yeah.
have to do with the golden age, the Aquarian age,
Oh.
astrology?
Hmm. I have no idea. I've never even, I can't believe I haven't asked this question yet. I'm just like, yeah, 2021, like everybody else, but I have never asked this question. He's laughing. Okay, go ahead. Why 2021? There are many reasons why. Okay, but he's going to narrow it down to a few. I'm like, okay. Firstly, the mass consciousness of the globe, everybody here on Earth, uh, everyone's consciousness, our higher selves, and our light bodies are ready right now to begin receiving this light. So we had to kind of be at a certain place where we were ready to take this energy in. Um, in the past, we just weren't ready yet. The vibrational frequency was a bit lower. So now we've kind of moved up a bit, and now we're ready to anchor in this light. It would have been too much for us in the past. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So does this relate to the alignment of the stars and planets?
He understands what you're saying. He's thinking about how to answer it. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. He says, yes, to a degree. Yes. The other reason why 2021 has been chosen is the mass consciousness and the collective upon the earth plane desires this. It wants this. It wants things to be better on the planet. It wants higher vibrational frequencies to be here, to help, to guide, to assist. The old way of doing certain things is falling away. The old structures, the old power, and the old matrix
Yes.
around the globe is dissolved. Well, he says pretty much it's near completely dissolved. Completely dissolved? Yeah. It's and he is super happy about this.
We
That's,
all are.
oh yeah, so happy. He says, in truth, this is a lot of change occurring at this time, but just, hang in there, ground as often as you can. And again, do not take good care of this body. He says, in truth, in this lifetime, you only have this one body. This is it. So take good care of it. Love it. Treat it with love and kindness, and observe the products that you place into your body. Firstly, because you love yourself and you love your body. And secondly, because you know that you are anchoring more and more and more light into this body as we move along. And it is really, it is really important to observe not only what you put in your body, but also your thoughts. So low vibrational thinking and thoughts, you need to hand those off either to me or your angels. So as you have a low vibrational thought, hand them off in your mind. You can, oh yeah, I'm worrying about, da, 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 da. Here you go, angels, take that. He says it does sound silly. It sounds silly, but this works. He's tapping me like, go ahead and tell him. Okay, so 10 years ago, I was like, man, I'm so tired of all the low vibrational thinking in my mind. So my angel said, why don't you just hand them off to us? I said, okay. And then they said, we'll take, because your thoughts are energy forms, they're energy. So the angels will go in and take that thought and transmute it. So you're looking outside your life as, oh, this is an issue and this is an issue and I got a problem with money and this and that and that and this. But this is what creates this. So if you want this to be different outside of yourself, you will hand these low vibrational thoughts off to your angels. And I did that like 25 times a day for 2 weeks. And I was amazed at how much low vibrational programming, old tape was floating around in my head. And then it just came to a point after 2 weeks that they just weren't returning.
Yes.
And so when some of them would return, I go, oh yeah. And now when I have a low vibrational thought, it doesn't resonate with me. So I try to pick up on it and I try to process it right away because it doesn't vibrate within me. You know, no one's perfect in this human experience. No one. But if you could just remember to hand off your low vibrational thoughts to your angels and treat this with lots of love and care, because we only have one body. There is only one. So anything else? I'm just asking if you'd like to add. No?
Yeah, I think it's important to note that this ascension process is not just, you know, us channeling or us having abilities. It's also like the whole package. So it's our bodies and yeah, everything is ascending.
It's a real team. It's a team effort is the way I look at it. Okay. So I look at it like, okay, God's coming in now. I say God, source, light and love. I often say source because I'm like, God, whatever suits you, whichever you feel most comfortable with. I wasn't brought up religious. I didn't really care for the word God. I like the word source. So that's the word I use. Love and light, universal oneness. So God is coming in to help us and help anchor the light within us for us to rise vibrationally and expand. And at the same time, Christ consciousness is coming in to help and guide and assist us at the same time. And then at the same time, you know, what can I do? I can go out in nature and ground myself and love myself. I can put good food in my body. And, you know, recently I've been on a real protein vegetable diet, low carb. And God is like, no more meat. So every time I go into a grocery store, no more meat. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to eat? And God just chuckles and says, anything but meat. And I'm like, okay, you know, obviously not anything, but, you know, a whole food diet. I remember when I was a little kid, you know, we had organic food was the food. Now we have non-organic and organic, and we have, you know, we have these companies trying to take over the seeds, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, we need to aim and focus in on putting high vibrational, nutrient rich foods in our bodies. So like spinach and broccoli and, you know, kale. And if you don't like those foods, then you find a way to make them taste better by adding, you know, pan fry up some kale with some, you know, peaches or a little bit of onion, and, you know, you can add things to it to make it taste better. If you have to put a little bit of cheese on that broccoli to make you eat it, then do it for now. Because ultimately you'll just feel better and better and better. And that's what we really want, instead of coping and masking and you know, escaping using toxins or substances. When you're in your body and you just feel good, you don't need to escape. There is no escape. There's no escape anyways.
Exactly. So, right. So what could we expect life to be like in 2021? And I want to have the caveat that
yeah, no kidding.
Present moment.
Like, what's life going to be like in 1 month? That's how fast things are moving. I'm like, whoa.
Right, exactly.
What's life going to be like in a day? Seriously, I often think that, and I laugh. You know, humor is just such a blessing. I love laughing. Okay. What's life gonna, he's laughing. Okay, he says, go ahead and channel my words. Higher vibrational, light filled. Your body will be filled with light and love, and you will feel blissful and love filled. You will emanate this out of your being, out of your pores, for all to see. And others will notice, whoa, like you're really high vibrational. And he's saying, Kristen's already noticing that. That's true. If I go to a grocery store, I'll have little kids just be like staring at me and animals staring at me. I'm like, hi. But they're staring because they're picking up on my energy. Yes. When you walk down the street, you'll maybe have people turn and like look at you. The other thing he's saying, which I've noticed, is when I look in the mirror, my eyes are changing. They're just more light filled and just really high vibrational. Like even one day I had green right around my pupil. I've never seen that before. And then, you know, it changes, but very high vibrational. This moment in this experience right now, he says, is a grand undertaking and a great blessing that will continue to pick up speed and grow and build and grow and build. And then I will, my consciousness will fully be here enveloping the globe. He's telling me that he has to bring his energy slowly down here and build it around the earth. He literally has to come, he's using the word descent. He has to come down to like where we are and then build it around the globe. And his presence will become more and more prevalent in your in the day-to-day, in conjunction with source, light and love. And there are other beings here of light and love that are helping, guiding, and assisting. It's a team effort. The angels, the archangels, we are all coming here in mass, building the new earth. And he's using the word, the new earth will be paradise. Now, of course, this will be a transition that will take some time, but this is the beginning of moving in that direction, building and anchoring the light here. He's saying that low vibrational energy or darkness is aware that its time is limited and its time is up, and will be scattering and soon removed and wiped clean from the earth plane.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. I'm learning like you, Robin.
Awesome. So have there been other Christ consciousness beings that have assisted on this planet previously?
Yes.
Does he want to say anything about any of those?
Yeah, he's saying many. Okay. He's listing them all off like this in my head. Okay. Buddha, Kuan Yin. Oh. Saint Germain. Those are to name a few, including myself. We all work together as a team and help raising the vibrational frequency here throughout each one of you, and also the entire earth herself. He says, in truth, the earth could not sustain that vibration any longer.
Right.
And so it was, you know, she was sending out a beacon of, you know, please come and help. And so we knew this for some time, and we began the process of ensuring her safety and beginning to envelop the earth itself in order to raise her vibrational frequency. And so everyone who is here upon the back of the earth, animals, all animals, including us, are forced to raise their vibrational frequency or leave. That's also an option. Of course, at their designated time. Or what's the other option? Or they may help and assist for a time, and then they'll have their exit date, and then they will leave. Light workers, he's saying like me, and you, and those who feel like they would like to stay and know that they're going to stay, they know that, they will be here for a time, helping to bring in and anchor in more and more light, and helping others by showing them the way, showing them the way. And they'll do this in ways in which they'll show them the way in which, like Kristin is doing right now with channeling or mediumship, you know, different healing modalities like Charlie Goldsmith, and or, you know, Reiki or massage, just, you know, counseling people, counseling others, helping to, helping the light anchor in further by helping to remove low vibrational attachments.
Yes.
There will be some who will be doing this work. And all of you will work in conjunction with each other and move forward at like a wall of light, and moving forward, helping all those who are still here on the earth plane and are in need of assistance, guidance, and help. And he will have his hand in all of this. Christ consciousness will have his hand in all of this. It's a group effort from all of us to all of you. What a wonderful, that's wonderful.
Awesome. Awesome. So I have a question about Gaia. So I understand that she is ascending also in this process. And how may we assist her in this ascension process?
Jesus is saying, let's let Gaia speak on her behalf. And I said, okay.
Oh, my favorite.
Me too. She usually comes up from the earth, so I'm waiting for her to come. She's building her energy right here with me. Energy, her consciousness, her energy is feminine, very obviously grounded and earthy. Calm, serene. She goes, well, now that you're describing me, you can say beautiful. She's cracking a joke. That's awesome. Okay. The ways, okay, so this is what Gaia is saying, word for word, here. She's right here. The ways in which you can help this process and help me is by treating yourselves with love and care. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Focus on these areas. And of course, any which way in which one can help to eliminate or reduce the refuge, garbage, plastic bags, plastic in general, bottles. Reuse the same bottle, recycle, reuse, recycle, reuse, recycle, reuse. This would help her greatly. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kristin, and thank you for this time. It has been an honor. Robin, you are a great blessing upon this earth plane. And I honor you.
Oh, I honor you. Wow.
She was just sending so much love through me to you that it brought me a little bit teary.
Wow.
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 Wow. You must
Okay.
speak to her often, Robin, because she knows you really well.
Yes, I know her very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. Just let me settle my little emotions down here for a second.
So we do have a couple of questions, but before we get started in the questions, I just wanted to know if Yeshua had any other messages related to the year 2021 or this Christ consciousness returning.
The last thing that I will say is that this is a blessed time. This is a time in which each of your souls, your consciousness has been waiting for a very long time, as it has kept coming back to this earth plane to learn lessons and to balance the energy, also known as karmic debt. It's about balancing energy. And your souls have been waiting for this moment for a long time, as has mine. It's a very exciting time. Very exciting time. Amen.
Thank you. Awesome.
Wow.
So our first question is from Alex. The first message he received in a dream was 39-Ascension-42. I'm not, oh, I see, 39 Ascension 42. And in 2021, he will be 39 years old, and he was wondering if that message was related to the return of Christ consciousness.
Yes. 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 It was a message for you.
Wow.
In order to, he's showing me and he's telling me. So I'm trying to see what he's showing me. He's showing me like it was a message for you, and it was also embedded into you in order to get you going. Like, this is what's going to happen at this time. So we need you to get going in this direction so that you can help assist and guide others as you are now. And he will continue to do so even more and more into the future, right up until 2021. And then, of course, onward. It was a way in which we were to reach you, to stir you, to get you going on your life's path, your life's purpose, your life's mission. Thank you, Kristin.
Wow. So while we wait for other questions, I actually have a question that I'd like to ask.
Yeah.
So this is something that doesn't get addressed, I feel, in our new kind of Ascension communities, and that's the topic of race. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because I understand that we are all love and light at our core, our soul, and that, if we are all light bodies, I guess I want to ask the question, how can we help to dissolve some of the human concepts around race?
He's saying the old beliefs. Hand them off to me. So you'll have that kind of come up in the moment and then hand it off. Or if you're just sitting there, he says, and you're thinking about it, and it's just a thought in your mind, you can hand it off to him. He's saying the same thing I think I relayed to you another time. He's saying purple, green, blue, orange, yellow, pink. It makes no mind to me. Love is love. No matter what one's color is or race, or he's saying decree, or religion, or sex, or sexual preference, or sexual identity, or anything. It's old thought patterns, old beliefs, in which, yeah, he's not going to go into the reasoning as to why, but he's just saying because we're here right now, so there's no need to. What matters most is that if you feel like that old thought belief keeps coming up, and he says, and that's for anyone and everyone of any color, sex, race, or sexual identity or sexual preference, hand it off to me or your angels. He's saying, or your angels, because it's just an old thought pattern, an old tape.
So the return of the Christ consciousness will help to dissolve these barriers that we have. Okay.
That's what he's saying. Oh, yeah. He's saying, those who do not accept you for who you are, hold a space of love for them. Send them love. Send them light and love. And then you can ask me to come forth to heal this relationship with that person or those people. Or it may also be that I heal you so that you can just be free of others' thoughts, opinions of you. Others' thoughts and opinions of you should be secondary to, and always on the outside from, your own thoughts and opinions of you. That is what matters most. He's telling me that I've done a good job at that over the years, because when I had ulcerative colitis, it was all the flare-ups were tied into stress, or if I had any emotional stress, or if anything happened in my life that created stress, I would be sick, so sick for like up to 3 months, sometimes a year. So my life was going to be affected drastically. So I really had to figure out ways of, processing my emotions and really housing what is important in life. Is it others' opinions of me? No, it's, you know, I'm just going to walk this path the best that I can and be the best person that I can and just live a life that is as happy, fulfilled as possible. I often will look if somebody is giving me their feedback. Now, if it resonates with me, then I'm like, okay, I ponder it and I talk to my angels about it. But if it's just, you know, their opinion, I'll often look at the person and say, your opinion of me is none of my business. And I'll repeat that in my head. Your opinion is none of my business.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, our next question is from Lynn. She says that she feels that she's being asked to help others, but are there any specific messages related to a specific assignment or ways that she is to assist others?
So I'm just listening to Jesus on this one. He's speaking with your angels. Let's see here. Right now, you are taking in a lot of light as your light body builds and grows. So right now is a time to rest and relax. And you do have a path in which you will be stepping onto, but there is divine timing at play. So, you know, you can't go from A to D before you follow B and C to get to D. So it's divinely set up, this path. So first is anchoring the light. And then you will move onto this path. I'm seeing 2018. I'm seeing the end of 2018. They would like you to just take this all in, because, you know, having ascension symptoms and anchoring this light, you need to rest. When you need to rest, you rest. And then if you have ascension symptoms that are just unbearable, or you can't figure out what this is because it's not going away, you ask your angels to help you remove this headache, remove this neck pain. Please help remove this anxiety that's coming out of nowhere, and I don't know why it's here. Anxiety that comes on like really intensively is energy building and growing, coming in, or even a buildup of energy around you. And so just remember, when you have, you know, different kinds of ascension symptoms, you can speak with light and love, God, source, your angels, and you can ask them to help you with that ascension symptom, to relieve it, to remove it. And then you go and you ground yourself. Ground 30 minutes a day. Anything else? Nope. So your path is before you, it's coming, but this is a time of rest and anchoring light. So when you get towards the end of this year, it'll be a lot different, because your light body will be different. You'll be different, but in a very good way.
Awesome. Our next question is from Lou. What will be her specific role come 2021? And I'm sorry, I'm saying her, but I'm not sure. I guess you know who it is.
Right. It's coming in right quick. Boom. Helping to raise the vibrational frequency here upon the earth plane. You can start right now by just being you, a vibrational being of light and love, emanating brightly for all to see. Being the positive, natured self that you are. And then as you move more and more towards 2021, Jesus will be guiding you, and your team of angels will be guiding you. Jesus says he's going to have his hand in it. So hands-on approach in helping you and guiding you. Jesus is saying that please expect miracles and magic miracles. You know, sometimes we don't know how this thought, that's such a great idea, or wow, like I can't believe that happened in my life. Like that's amazing. Like what good luck that is. No, it is you asked for help, and you have a divine team working with you and your higher self to bring in miracles. And I call it magic, because for us here it would be like magic. Like how did that happen? Well, co-creation, manifestation. As we move forward and the energy is picking up pace, we're manifesting our thoughts at a much more rapid rate. Luckily, low vibrational thoughts will manifest at a slower pace, but we really want to hand off those low vibrational thoughts right now. And they're just more and more so, Jesus is saying, they won't be needed. Fight or flight is needed, obviously, for real life reasons. But then we can take it to, fear-based, worrisome type thoughts that plague the mind, which are no longer needed. Okay.
Awesome. So we don't have any other questions. One thing that I wanted to say as we kind of wrap up, I'm just so excited because people that, are inundated with daily life, working, taking care of their families and stressed out and a part of this, like ingrained in this matrix that really doesn't allow us to be light and love. I just want to send a message to them to say, there is a whole nother experience available, and it is so awesome and amazing. And it's like, we no longer have to live like that. And so it's my personal hope that, more people discover and understand what's really happening with the return of Christ consciousness to the planet, the return of the light and this whole light body that we are becoming, or remembering, I should say. So
I agree. And let's see what Jesus has to say about that. Suffering is a choice. There are times where it's a choice. So if you'd like to make the choice to do things differently and to live a life that is more fulfilling and higher vibrational, then call upon me and I will come forth into your lives, and I will he's saying, like, place his hand upon you and your family to make things lighter, easier, higher vibrational, including your thoughts. And he's saying, go ahead, Kristin, because I want to say this. He knows I want to say this. I want to say that you can call upon your angels at any given moment and ask them, like I have this book right here. And I write down in this book every single thing that I would like help with in my life. And then I keep it. And then I check on it once a month, and I'll add more things to it. And then I'll cross off the things that have happened, that have come in before. They can work in ways that you can't even imagine. So let's just not try to imagine how, but the how isn't up to us. The how is up to asking that. What's up to us is asking them for help. So write down everything that you like help with, or just list it off all the time. And the how is now up to them to work behind the scenes of your life to bring forth solutions and resolutions, and anything is possible, anything. And they're just waiting. They're waiting to help you, but we're in a free will zone here on earth, so you need to ask. So you can ask Jesus, or you can ask your angels, one way or another. Test it out, try it. You don't even have to believe it. You don't have to believe in any of this, but you do have to ask. So that's what I would leave and impart upon anyone who is going through the day-to-day and having a hard time. I call it the day-to-day drudgery. And then you will have help. You'll have help in ways that you can't imagine. And they're omnipresent, so they can work in many different ways. They can be here, there, and everywhere. So ask them.
And I think one other thing that we kind of didn't talk about is that the core of us is, source. Like, we are source. And this is like almost like our birthright.
It
And
is.
nothing to do with religion. Like, we have to let go of all of those kind of, limitations in our minds, because like who we are is this huge bright light that is source. So thank you.
And if you find that you're having hard, if you feel as though that's important to you, then keep it. But just be open to other ideas, other thoughts, other ways of being in the world. And if you find it's a far stretch for you, then bare minimum, you can ask your angels to help you see more high vibrational way of viewing it. And so if you have a hard stretch of just accepting this or that, you can at least just say, hey, I'm at least open. Show me, angels. Show me, Jesus.
Right. Lynn asked, what would Jesus do? But she didn't say about what, so I'm not sure. Maybe he knows what she means.
He's like nudging me to tell everybody about when I first met him, because and I don't know why, but this is what I'm going to do. So, when I was born, we didn't have a religious household. It was more spiritual. And first time I went to church, it was with my babysitters, and I was like, oh, what is this, and then I went a couple more times. I do enjoy, frequenting a couple churches here in my city, just because God emanates within the church, and it's like basking in sunlight. I love it. And then the archangels come to me and talk to me, so I just love it. But when Jesus came to me about 5 years ago, I was not interested at all, to say the least. He's laughing. He came, I knew he was around the dinner table at one point at my friend's house, and then he came another time. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is Jesus doing here? Oh my God, he's going to want to talk to me. Oh my God. And I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I was on the opposite perspective, like non-religion. And I believed in angels because my angels opened up and showed me. Okay. And I believed in angels because I said, angels help me with this, angels help me with that. And they showed me. And so I believed. There was no doubt in my mind. But when Jesus came to speak with me, I was like, uh-oh. So he came right to speak with me, and I said, I don't want to speak with you. And he said, I know that, I know. And he said, I want you to see me as a spirit here to help you. And I said, okay. And I don't want you to see me in the religious dogma sort of way. I want you to see me, like yourself, as a being of light and love, but with more experience. And I said, okay. Took me about another month even. And, I wasn't even warming up then. But then I thought, you know what? Let's see what he can do, how he can help me, and also how we can work together. Let's just see. And that's what I did. And it's been the best thing I've ever done. It's one of the best things, if not the best thing that I've ever done. But if that's too far of a stretch, then I would go with your angels. He's saying, thank you, Kristin. It's been an honor to work with you and serve you. I mean, it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
Everybody thinks that they're walking this life all by themselves and boo-hoo, poor me. And, we're not. We're not by ourselves. You're never alone. And you have a team of beings of light and love that would love to help you. And all you have to do is ask them. I mean, 24/7, just waiting to help you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing Jesus more.
Me too. Oh yeah. I know there are a lot of energies observing this and watching this conversation, and I know that there's going to be a lot of light and love flowing through this. So I love it.
So I had the clarity on the question was, when you have to make a decision, should you ask, what would Jesus do?
Oh, got you. He's laughing. He's saying you could. That would be a wise thing to do. He's being lighthearted. He's bringing to my attention a friend of mine named Marge. And her whole life has said, you know, whatever she used to teach school, and she would say, God, please help me to address this class of students and teach them in the ways in which you would. So, you know, impart upon me how you would do this, you know. And she's just such a light-filled being, just such a blessing to be on this earth plane and in my life. And it's a real lesson for me in that you can do this on your own if you want to. And if you believe in a higher self or your soul, then you can ask your higher self to help you. I mean, we ask our friends to come and help move furniture. We ask our friends to come and help us move. We ask our friends to come and help us do things. So why not ask the angels? Why not ask Jesus? And then see what they can do for you. Like, if you don't believe, let them prove it.
Yes.
That's how I was. And I was like, bring it on. Bring it on.
That's right. That's right.
Let's do it.
So that was our last question, and we're about at 6:05. So I think that it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
Wonderful, Kristin and Jesus. Thank you. And Gaia.
He's saying you are very welcome. This has been a blessed interview and time communicating through Kristin. I thoroughly enjoyed this session, this interview. Thank you. Oh,
Awesome.
that's wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
So thank you, Kristin, for joining us today. I just want to remind our attendees and listeners that we will be doing this each week at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Mondays, and we'll be covering a different topic. So you can find our videos either on YouTube at Divine Sunrays or under Kristin's channel, which is Kristin Davies, Davies. Yes. So you can look at our archive of awesome videos and find new ones as well. And I just want to thank you, Kristin. This has been absolutely wonderful.
Really has been.
Yes.
Really has been.
Yes.
It's just such a blessing to be able to do this. It really is. Yes,
absolutely. I feel honored. Absolutely. Okay. So I will see you soon, next Monday. And a special thank you to our participants.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye-bye.